Hello. All right. I'll be getting started momentarily. I just had to take care of a momentary sound issue. Okay. We're good there. Discord set. Okay, let's get my notifications done. Go down. Okay. Posting all done. Now we get the game up. Okay. Loading. And we're good. I think. Okay. And the next question is, do I go on to the assault? Or do we do side questing? We got 2 side quests there. Got drone, still got drone there. Hmm. You know, I'm a mind to go right on in. Enough miscellaneous running around. Let's get this ball rolling. Nothing new from them.
Okay. Maybe it's time to get everyone together so Tilda can brief us. But is there anything I should handle before that?
Merp.
All right, people. I need you up in the control room, right away. Okay, everyone. We all know what's at stake. Beta, Gaia. Not to mention life on Earth. Now, it might seem like the Zeniths are invincible, but they're not. We've got what it takes to break into their base and defeat them. We even have one of them on our side. Tilda, show us the base.
It is constructed atop the ruins of an ancient military facility on an island to the southwest. I can get us inside. To this location. Undetected.
How exactly?
You'll know when you need to. Once inside, our goal will be this structure. The launch tower. Gaia and Beta are being held at the top.
Of course they are.
But along the way, we will face overwhelming resistance. Most importantly from Gerard, Eric, and the others. But also...
Once I take away their shields, we should be able to deal with them. But it will be easier to deploy the device if someone else is carrying it. I'll need a strong back.
Carry stuff? Yeah, I can do that.
Even if your device works, there will still be Spectre drones, scores of them.
Well,
If
those we
only
can take
had
down.
an army to fight them.
I've got that under control.
Silas.
You'll know when you need to. All right. We'll meet up again just before we go in. Where's the best place to rendezvous?
On the coast, just across from the island. Once there, I'll show you the way.
Okay. I'll let you know when I arrive at the rendezvous point. And then you can join me. In the meantime, do whatever you need to prepare. Understood?
He does not like being a follower. I can tell. He's used to being the one calling
too?
the shots.
A minute? Tilda helped me get in touch with Beta, and she told me something important. There's an installation inside the base. It's called a regulator. Here. Once we're inside, I need you two to split off from everyone else and destroy it. So you'll have to bring explosives. This will help stop the drones. Everything depends on it. You with me? After that, I want you to find a way to infiltrate the Zenith network.
How?
Go over all the data that Beta left behind. She knew how to do it, I'm sure of that.
All right. But why? What am I trying to do?
Find information about the Zeniths. Anything Tilda's not telling us. Silence is right about one thing. There's no way we can take her on her word.
I'll do my best.
Keep her safe, okay?
On my life.
I mean, she can hold her own for a bit, but she's not exactly the warrior that Aloy or the Tenaks are. Side plans. I'm loving it. Tilda's willing to go along and let us keep our secrets. As you know, she's got her own, doing her own little thing. Silence, on the other hand, he's grudgingly going on. He's used to being the one doing the manipulation and the using. And calling all the shots. He doesn't like being the one in the dark.
I promise.
Good. Without it, there's no payback.
Don't worry.
We're finally doing this.
Never thought I'd be off on a mission to take down a bunch of immortals from the stars. I can hear the drinking songs already.
If that one's not working right, you can have one of my spare focuses, you know.
Yeah, little bugger's got some personality, that's all. This saved my butt a couple of times now. It wouldn't feel right to leave it behind. You know, besides, it goes with my outfit.
Wouldn't want to spoil your look. Varl made the right call, you know, bringing you here.
Thanks. Yeah, Varl. You know, I never knew he had a sister. I found out a few days before you guys went to Gemini. I was, well, to be honest, I was terrified I'd screw up the mission somehow. So he sat me down for a drink. Just one, mind you. And we talked about family. Vala, Ursa, loss and revenge. And how you helped us.
You know, we never did get that drink you promised back in the Embrace. And you ever told me exactly how your sister escaped the Mad Sun King.
I guess we never got round to it. World ending and all.
Oh.
Time like the present, though. If you're up for it.
A drink? Sure. Let's have that drink before we go
You
off.
think it's time for
Get
us
ourselves
to
killed.
finally have that drink?
Yeah? I mean, yeah, of course.
Heck, even Klingons like to have a good drink before battle.
Oh.
So, how did Ursa escape Mad Sun King Dran's palace?
Well, first she had to survive the Sun Ring. See, during the war, the Karja threw a prisoner a day in there. And, for what? To die as sacrifices, fighting machines in a pit. Thinking somehow that was gonna appease all the other deranged machines in the world? Ha! And when it was Ursa's turn, the Karja thought she'd go down if they threw a big machine at her.
Oh, but she didn't.
Yeah, she defeated all of them. Even got some of Duran's kestrels for good measure. And the Mad Sun King was impressed, I guess. Thought it'd be funny to have her run around his palace as a servant. He enjoyed humiliating her that way.
I remember you telling me something about that. That's how she met Avad. He helped her escape.
Yeah, but what no Karja scroll will ever tell you is how the young prince snuck Ursa out of the palace. He knew their best chance was to get Ursa to blend in, so he got her everything she needed to disguise herself as a Karja noblewoman. Yeah, perfumes, veils, and all.
I get the feeling she wasn't too happy with that.
Oh man, Ursa would have rather fought her way out of that palace with her bare hands than put on all of that Karja eye paint. But Avad insisted it was the only way, so she agreed under one condition. Avad had to dress up as well.
She made Avad dress up like a noblewoman?
As perfumed and powdered as a babe.
Oh,
Ursa
wow.
said he looked better like that than he ever did in a crown.
That would, definitely make for an interesting sight.
Oh, it worked like a charm, too. Not only did they make it out of the palace, they paid a traveling merchant to get Ursa to the border, and none were the wiser.
Wow. Well, who would suspect two noblewomen? Actually, it would have probably worked better than a prince and a noblewoman.
You were right. That was a story best told over a drink.
All good stories are.
Okay.
I guess I should get going.
I'll see you at the rendezvous point, with my hammer ready.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay, so
I hope everybody's ready for this. Fighting the Zeniths isn't going to be easy.
Aloy, nothing you do ever is. At least now you don't have to do it alone.
Thanks.
she certainly got that right.
Everyone here. Training, working together. If it weren't for Varl, none of it would have happened.
You know, there
Yeah,
was this
she's
one
right.
night, right before Varl left with you to go to Gemini. He realized I was having trouble sleeping. I was nervous about the mission. To be honest, I think we both were. So, he asked me to join him in Gaia's dome. He brought up this hologram of Earth that you two found back in the Zenith launch facility. We sat there, just looking at it. I thought about how Plainsong was just a speck on that great sphere. How every corner of it must be teeming with life. And any fears I had about our mission were gone. I miss him terribly.
I know.
Varl was the people person of the group. I mean, They're all here for Aloy, but he's the one that gathered them together.
You and Aaron seem to be on better terms now.
He may have terrible taste in music, but he did apologize for mocking my tribe. And that ale he keeps raving about isn't half bad. I still plan on beating that stubborn face of his to break our sparring stalemate.
Try not to hurt him too bad. I should go. I'll let you know when I'm ready to head to the base.
Before you do, there is one favor I would ask of you.
What is it?
You placed this focus in my care, and gave me the highest calling an Utaru has ever known. If I should fall in battle, I'd like you to be the one to bury my seed pouch. For the both of
Definitely.
us.
So,
Make sure you stay alive to do so.
let's just try to all come back home. Okay?
For the Utaru, that's a high honor.
You nervous?
I'd be lying if I said I'm not slightly apprehensive.
The plan will work if we all focus on our assignments.
Right.
Once all this is over, will you go back across the ocean?
I don't know. The more I think about it, the more worried I become. If I go back, I don't even know if they'd let me keep this focus you gave me, or what they'd do to me for reading what is clearly forbidden data. Even if I somehow were allowed to carry on my duties as a diviner, would I be willing to let the truths I've learned about the ancestors be buried away by the Board of Overseers? Would I dare challenge them and risk my family's safety? Or losing Federa?
Ooh.
Who's this Federa you mentioned?
She is another diviner. One of our best. We used to be rivals at the academy. I hated her guts. But apparently there's a fine line between hate and love. We became very
Sometimes.
close, and then I was assigned to the expedition. She promised she'd wait for me, no matter how long it took.
Well, that was
Oh,
smart
boy.
of her. She won't do any better.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I do.
Oh boy.
I want you to know I'm glad you're with us, Alva.
Whatever happens, I'm grateful that the legacy brought us together. I never thought I'd get to actually meet an ancestor.
Come on, do I look that old? Katala will protect you inside the Zenith base.
I'm not afraid. I know Katalo will fulfill his duty, as will I. If we die doing so, at least it'll be alongside a friend.
I'd rather you both stay alive, if you don't mind.
We'll try and keep that in mind.
The rest of us should be enough of a distraction to the Zeniths for you to hack into their network undetected. But you'll have to be quick, in case they do.
What exactly do you expect me to find, Aloy?
I don't know. The truth, if we're lucky.
Uh-huh.
Have you looked through the data we recovered on Leviathan?
There is much to sort through still, but I believe we'll be able to get it operational and turn back the floods. And I've given more thought to everything we've uncovered about the ancestors. The Overseers would have us believe they were infallible paragons. But Pharaoh wasn't, not even close. His greed led to machines that devoured the world. The archive of the Old One's knowledge destroyed, just to erase his mistakes. So, when we learned that Eileen had a hand in covering up hundreds of deaths, I started to think they were all the same. Selfish, egotistical, cruel. But, in the end, it's not that simple. The truth isn't a straight line of ink on a crisp scroll. It's a splatter, smudged, and faded on stained parchment. I wish more Quen could see that. instead of looking the other way or twisting the truth to serve their own schemes.
I doubt Bohai would agree with you.
No, nor the rest of the Board of Overseers. As Eileen said, it's easier to believe the lie is truth, but it's worth fighting for. And this diviner, at least, won't settle for anything less. For that, I thank you, Aloy.
Yeah, we discovered that Eileen was more complicated. She, for a while, actually tried to do better.
I need to get going.
I'll be at the rendezvous point. May truth lead us to victory.
And then there's Tilda. Okay.
Did you need something?
Oh, I'll talk to him last. Where's our gruff warrior? There he is.
So, how are we feeling about the mission?
I do not know everything that you have planned, but it doesn't matter. All that remains is to follow you to the end, whatever that will be.
Thank you, Kotallo. I'm glad all this brought us together.
You brought us together, and I am grateful too. Oh, and by the way, I was hoping now would be a good time to go back to the Tremortusk site and test my new arm, before we leave on our mission.
Right. I'll let you know when I can make my way there.
Thank you.
Want to do that again?
Now that training time is over, what's on your mind?
The Bulwark, the Kulrut, and how we need another miracle if we're to survive the Zenith base.
I'll try not to let you down.
I know you will not.
Yeah, Aloy needs to keep producing miracles.
We didn't really get to talk about what happened at Gemini.
There was nothing more to say. If he were to Noct, Varl's bravery would have earned him sacred burial at the Grove, among the most distinguished of our tribe's warriors. His deeds were worthy of the Ten. When the fight is done, I will have the Inkers etch his memory on my skin, so that it may live on.
I'm sure he'd be honored. I'll see you soon then.
It will be my honor.
Okay. Tilda or... Yeah, let's go talk to Tilda first.
There you are. Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Silence and his weapon. You're truly a shining example of Liz's fortitude.
And she still,
I've
of
been
course, got her
thinking
shield
about
up.
what you said at your house. How you were friends with Elizabeth. It was more than that, wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
Okay, so... what happened?
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life. And then I met Liz. We kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee. At some point, it became drinks. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Liz felt the same way at first. She had lost her mother a few years back. I filled a void for her. I know I did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less when I wanted more. And so we ended things.
So helping me. Restoring Elizabeth's dream. It's what?
A second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. To do right by her.
I find myself analyzing that woman's shield. Like, she put her hand on her hip, as if the shield wasn't there. And then later, when she touched the desk, like, Somehow I don't think that was just an oversight for clipping. There's subtlety there. Of course, it would make sense if you had a personal shield like that, as tightly woven as that one. You wouldn't want to interfere with your ability to basically do basic things, to grab things, eat, drink. I don't even know if they need to eat or drink anymore. Oh. There's so much to cover.
You said before that you're not like the other Zeniths. That you never were. But you went along with all of their plans.
Out of necessity. I'm not proud of it. But complicity became a means of survival, both when Earth was consumed and when the colony on Sirius was destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the others, to try to undo what damage I could. Hence the data channel with Beta. The secret passage into their base and the little trick I pulled to save you.
Oh. Alright. Let's start with Eric. We'll just go around the circle.
So, Eric. Was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company.
Oh, of course.
A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets. On occasion, all for the thrill of it.
Oh,
but on Sirius, he retreated to virtual reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased, though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
All of his tribe believes he was one of the greatest people from the old world.
Then they would be quite disappointed to meet him. Though I'm sure he'd bask in the adoration.
Yeah, before slaughtering half of them.
What can you tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, and as such had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a refined patrician, able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
I would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones. When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights, shows, gambling, every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth?
No, he perished when our colony was destroyed. He would have been
Of
thrilled
course.
to discover that part of his beloved city survived.
Of course. One of the good ones didn't make it.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient research facility, I saw another one of the Zeniths. Verbena. Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations.
Wow.
Unlike most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette, branding herself a life designer. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
What, like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right to have survived this long.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true. But even rats can cling to a vessel for escape.
Well, that's not exactly a glowing endorsement.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth. Titans of their industries.
And let me guess. All selfish and ruthless to the core?
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology.
I think we know that name.
Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more. We had eternity.
Yeah. Problem with individuals, like most of them, they're not doers. They're the kind of people who get an idea, fund it, and get others to do the work. And then they just sit back and enjoy the luxuries that come with it.
Why did you make the data channel look like your house?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place, not just for me, but for the art stored in its depths, cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly, some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Why do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant, visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens. I think, in the end, she had a
Reminds
core
a little
that
bit
she
like
never
Aloy.
let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the Proving Lab after Farzineth's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
She said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time, thank you for telling me. I've always hated that those were the last words we ever said to each other. And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Far Zenith, not who I truly am.
Okay, Zenith Base.
What else can we expect to find in the Zenith base?
As I mentioned in the briefing, our goal will be the command center. That's where Beta and Gaia are being held. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate more Spectre drones, a small army of them.
When I was out in the wilds, I saw a shuttle take off from the island, heading for space.
It was likely ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment. We've learned our lesson.
Now they're working to keep the ship in working condition in case they need to bail again. Even though they have no idea where they'd go if something horrible goes wrong with Earth.
Have you figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our ship when our colony collapsed.
Wow. I can see why it would make her nervous. After all, it is basically the one thing that is capable of threatening her life. For all. Even in this place where she's supposedly safe, she keeps her shield active. Then again, there is a possibility her immune system could be compromised. And we know that while they may not age and are effectively immortal in that regard, if their bodies take enough damage, they will die. So the shield could also be acting as kind of like an environmental suit for her.
Okay. I'll let you know when it's time.
I'll be here until then. And thank you, Aloy, for giving me this chance. My past has always been a struggle. More than once I've lost everything. But when I look to the future, I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will. I won't let anything get in the way. I promise you that.
Well, even though we don't trust her, and she's got her own plans, she's a lot nicer to talk to about it than Silence. Alright, let's go have this conversation.
We're taking those space slugs down.
So, you return. Bravo. You managed to sway a Zenith to your side. Care to explain?
Not a chance. I thought you said the weapon was ready.
There's always room to optimize. But that's not why you're here. I assume you want to comprehend my undertakings. So, ask away.
Since when were you so forthcoming?
Since you turned this into a waiting game. And as it seems you have found modest success, perhaps I'm willing to be generous.
In other words, she's managed to do a lot more than he expected of her to accomplish on her own without his assistance.
While I was out there, I had a couple run-ins with the Quen.
The tribe from across the ocean. And?
Their entire tribe was shaped around the discovery of focuses. One of them, Alva, even joined me here. Don't you want to know more about them?
No. They stumbled upon the greatest technological artifact from the ancient world, and what did they do with it? They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed in mysticism and taboo, creating a pantheon out of corporate shills.
Yes, well, it also led them to Thebes.
Did it now?
So those run-ins with the Quen I mentioned. On one of them I teamed up with their expedition to search Thebes. We found Pharaoh at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance. So, what was it like?
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge. I'm sure it was still less than he deserved.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
Well, at least he didn't deny it. Okay.
Okay, so your big plan, everything you've been manipulating for the last few months. Let me see if I got this straight. You learned about the Zeniths from Hades when you interrogated it. Then you came up with a plan to defeat them by using a Tenakth army and that weapon. And to get the Tenakth to fight for you, or rather the Sons of Prometheus, armed Regalla's rebels with override tech.
Did you have an actual question, or are you still playing catch-up?
So all this time, even before I found the coordinates at the Spire, you were out here scheming. Why couldn't you just tell me?
When I learned of the Zenith's return to Earth, I laid out my plans. I knew I would one day require an army of overzealous Tenakth to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be extreme. And I knew you would never allow such a sacrifice, no matter how necessary. Thus, I devised a means to remove your interference from the equation. At the Hades Proving Lab.
Oh, nice. So that was a trap to get rid of me all along. Yeah.
You wanted me to surrender to the Zeniths at the Hades Proving Lab. They almost killed me.
Based on everything I knew about them, I concluded they would find you a useful asset, thereby keeping you out of harm's way and, more importantly, out of my way.
So you really didn't know they had their own clone of Elizabeth?
No. Unfortunately, there was no way I could have known that particular detail.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah. Don't blame him for that one. I mean, Aloy didn't even know about that one. And they're not exactly the most forthcoming bunch.
Why create the Sons of Prometheus? You didn't need a Sarah to make override tech.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades in the Eclipse demonstrated the risks of getting directly involved. Through the Sons of Prometheus, I could execute my plans, all while remaining anonymous.
Except to a Sarah.
Except to a Sarah. Let's get...
How did you get a Sarah to work for you?
I knew there was an associate of the Oseram tinker, Dervahl, who escaped his failed assault on Meridian. It was trivial to track her down and gain her cooperation. She wanted to succeed where Dervahl had failed.
So you promised her Regalla, and the Tenakth. The Sarah would help you create a machine-riding army, and wanted to see Meridian burn as much as she did.
And so a partnership was born out of thirst for blood, bonded in mutual self-interest.
You think you had everything figured out, huh?
I did.
Almost. That explains why he teamed up with Regalla versus the other guy. He needed somebody with a bloodlust that would promise to go after Meridian. Otherwise, his little patsy would have bailed on him.
Why help Regala take over? If you wanted an army, you could have just gone to Hekarro.
Before Regala's rebellion, Hekarro was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with Akarja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a threat he couldn't understand.
So helping a bloodthirsty exile was easier.
Yes, exceedingly so. All Regala craved was war against the Karja and anyone who threatens the Tenakth. She would have led the tribe into battle without question, which was precisely what I needed.
Regala was either manipulate versus trying negotiation with the other guy. Uh-huh.
Tell me about the weapon. How does it work?
I've upgraded the delivery system. It now emits a wave-like effect covering a significant distance.
That doesn't fully answer my question.
No, but I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones? Yes, even you can appreciate the value of secrecy when warranted. Suffice it to say that the weapon will work. The intricacies of how is knowledge that is mine alone.
Understandable, we're not exactly friends. And what a concern he has to worry about is that if he reveals the inner workings, he becomes no longer needed, and then, you know, we might just get rid of him. Although Aloy's not entirely that petty, but...
Alright, Silence. I think I've talked to you long enough. I'll let you know when it's time to go. And try not to mess with Tilda while you're in here, okay? I don't need the two of you butting heads.
Yes. About your Zenith ally. I wonder if you understand what kind of person you're dealing with. For someone to live as long as she has, outlast as many calamities, well, your goals may be aligned now, but I'd watch for the moment they diverge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm aware. Reminds me of someone else I know.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know something or not?
Oh, I know a great deal of things. But on this, just call it a feeling.
Oh, a feeling? You mean you finally had one? Huh. Guess even you can change, Silence.
That's because to some extent Tilda and him are alike. So Silence, right now he cooperates us because our goals are aligned. Just like before, our goals were aligned until he came up with a plan that he knew I would
So the old
not
ones
agree
had
with, and
cows
so...
and sea cows, but they didn't look the same.
You know, once he came up with a plan that would involve mass casualties, it's like, I need to get Aloy out of the way because she wouldn't agree. And of course, he wouldn't trust that I might come up with a different plan. Unlike Tilda went, okay, we'll do it your way.
How it'll be this time.
Whoop. Let's go ahead and get the party going. Actually, a lot on it. I want to see how this plays out. Alrighty. Looks like we're ready. Ha. Alright. Let's go. Nice of them to give me a warning.
Okay, everyone. I'm at the rendezvous point. It's time to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Understood, Aloy. We're on our way.
Probably should have done some more grinding to max out my ammo pouches, but meh.
Aloy,
Where are the others?
not far behind.
Egghead here couldn't stand traveling with the pack.
Oh, she flies.
Are we
Of
all
course so.
here? Then let's begin.
Oh.
A tunnel.
An ancient escape route from the ruins on the island. When I realized it ran all the way across the water, I thought it might prove useful to come and go undetected. So I concealed it from the others. Shall we?
Ooh, I wish there was a less pungent way to get way inside the base.
Agreed.
Oh, that tunnel is how old?
There's the launch tower. That plane offers a little cover, so the only viable path is through there. There will be Spectres guarding it, and many more can be deployed from those hangars.
All right. Alva, Catalo, get to it.
Where are they going?
Somewhere important. Erend, you're with me. You guys, take the high ground in case we need covering fire.
Tactically sound, I suppose. What will she do?
There's a sensor node nearby. If I hack into it, I should be able to scramble the network and keep you undetected. But not for long.
Then we should proceed.
One more thing. Open up the channel to Beta. Audio only.
Aloy,
We're here, and we're coming for you. You know what to do, right?
as long as you hold up your end.
We will. See you soon.
Be careful.
Let's go.
All right. Plans in motion.
Get to the launch tower as quickly as possible. I'll do my best to conceal our intrusion.
I'm just going to grab bits and pieces.
Beware, Aloy. Spectres ahead.
Company.
All right.
Follow my lead.
That's what I do.
All right.
Acid'll do a lot of damage.
There you are. Do we sneak past? Or do we sneak past, or do we engage and destroy them?
Anytime you're ready.
Sure, I can't override them.
I'll follow you in.
Kill specters, optional.
I think there's
Wow.
a cave up there that might get us through that ridge.
Let's climb up to it.
Yep. Hi there.
It's here when you want it. Here we go. Now we're at... Oh, they felt that one.
Where'd the other one go? Oh.
Come here. I think we got it.
Oh, wow.
I think you're right.
Find anything?
Yeah.
Okay. Optional quest done. Okay. Now, where are we? Ah.
What's in this backpack, metal bricks?
Aloy, Alva and I are closing in on the regulator.
Keep me posted.
It's creepy in here.
Don't worry. I'll protect you.
Yeah. Joy. Okay. We obviously need to go that way.
I wish I had a glider. I guess I'll find another way across.
Yeah.
Can we please leave the cave now?
There's a lot of dead machines on this island.
We killed a great many when we landed here. Their salvage may prove
I'm not really
useful
built
to
for
you.
climbing.
Sorry, Erend. Another Spectre.
Sneak or fight, you choose. This'll help.
Come on, give me.
I guess we're not going for stealth, eh?
Assist.
I was having
Show
some
that
decent
piece
shot,
of
I
junk.
guess.
Better than any Oseram.
Is everybody watching? Dude. Oh. We'll just casually chuck the cannon over the cliff.
Tired yet?
Yep.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Clear those weeds.
That should do it. We're through.
Alright.
We can take this
Take
one,
it out,
Aloy.
if
Keep
you need it.
moving.
It's not beer, but it'll do.
That Stormbird carcass should get us over the gap.
I hate Stormbirds. But I guess, yeah, dead one's handy enough. Yeah, you remember the good old days when our only worry was whether Meridian would be destroyed? You know, instead of the whole world?
Oh, yeah. Good times.
You know, I was still technically worrying about the rest of the world being destroyed.
Ugh. More Spectres.
Don't think shock ammo will help.
I'll attack when you do. Ah! You can't use that now. Ah, this is almost over.
Oh. Hi, you. Hold still a second.
Smack!
That was funny.
Kaboom!
Did you... Oh! Okay. You are out. Seriously? You not...
Give me your best.
This one likes jumping around. Where are you?
Good work, Aloy.
Wait. Oh, there's a second one.
I think that's all of them. Here, at least. Let's push on.
Any good loot?
A little. Here, up this rock.
Oh, just his favorite activity. Climbing.
We're gonna have to climb around this corner.
I'll try not to complain.
I can see the way forward. Keep moving.
Going as fast as we can. You all right?
Sort of.
There we go.
Looks like the others have things under control.
Ha! You shoot like a Nutaru, Aloy.
I grab it if you need it. Live long, kill your enemy. How many Spectres do the Zeniths have?
A lot.
We want to fight at once, that's for sure.
Oh.
Come on, up the slab.
That one's still alive?
Ready to go on?
Ooh.
Aloy, Alva and I are in position.
Do it. Blow the regulator.
A moment while I ignite the charges.
Well, that should do something. Of course, they're gonna... The enemy's going to know we're here. Once that happens.
Alva and Kotallo did their job. Now it's Beta's turn.
Aloy? I think we're in trouble.
Whatever you plan to do to stop those specters, you better do it now.
I'm not doing anything. Beta will. She just needs a little time.
Time that we don't have.
Come on, Beta, come on, come on, come on.
Oh boy.
What is that?
Oh!
Our army.
Oh!
I think you got their attention.
Okay. Oh, the nano
Very
fabrication
clever.
machine.
You had Beta inject Hephaestus into the base's printer matrix.
Which is faster and more powerful than any cauldron.
And now it can crank out machines to its heart's content.
And I'm sure it just loves the specters. And the Zenith.
Come on.
Oh.
Let's get to the launch tower before this whole place becomes a war zone.
One army of machines versus another army of machines. Oh,
Your
wait.
maneuver, as clever as it is, means that Hephaestus has escaped containment. It will no doubt flee back to the Cauldron network.
We grabbed it once, we'll get it again.
Or find a way to replicate its functionality, perhaps, with the Apollo database.
Yeah.
Aloy, in case we don't make it, I just have one regret.
What is it?
That we had to do all this climbing.
That a big rock might give us a bridge to get up and through.
Gotcha.
I guess not all the specters are fighting our machines.
Ah, that'd have made it nice and easy. Take it to pieces. You want a taste of this? Here, then. Bottoms up.
Last one.
Oh, I haven't changed ammo.
Boy, did you pick the wrong fight. That's the weak spot.
Oh.
Come on, let's rock over. And now's a good time to hit it with plasma.
Well, it's dead, so...
What do you get?
Just some parts.
Are we stuck?
This way.
Big jump. To the right, I think.
And now to the left.
You can get to the launch tower through the hangar up ahead. I'm heading over to join you now.
The hangar's in bad shape, but I can see the way in. Hurry, Aloy!
Another one?
She's
Hit it
got
again.
frostbite.
Here we go. Live long, kill your enemies. I'm coming for you next. Ah.
Oh, oh.
Good work, everyone.
That's not
Let's
getting
go.
back up.
Over here, Aloy.
Let's just collect some scraps.
This way.
And rearm.
This is the way up.
Whoa. Look at all this Zenith space stuff.
Uh-huh. I wonder what all those spheres are. Fuel tanks? And that thing. Oop. Okay.
Yeah, this place is gonna come down around our ears.
All the more reason for speed.
Says the guy who doesn't have to carry much.
Yeah, I think this thing may have taken a few rocket hits.
They'll come for us. No doubt.
Aloy, it's been intense, but Kotallo got me to a network node. I'm trying to get in.
Keep at it. We're almost to the tower.
Okay. Wow. And they're still fighting. Oh, there they are. Hopefully that'll keep them.
Now we know who's been causing all the fuss.
Oh, did we get spotted?
Tilda's little pet.
Silence. Zenith inbound. Can we drop their shields, please?
I'm powering it up. Stay still.
This is pointless. You can't hurt us. Face it, you're worms that ooze to the cracks into our basement.
Nice, guy.
Silence.
One moment more.
But I might just spare you if you give up Tilda. I think it's safe to say she's forfeited her share of our operation. Permanently.
There.
No? Nothing? Fine. All right, people. Light 'em up!
Wow, they brought everybody out for worms. Of course, they're gonna be like, what is that supposed to do?
Are we supposed to be scared?
Possibly yes? Oh, and they're in the middle of a battlefield. Well, that takes care of most of them.
We can't let Gerard escape. It won't take long before he preps the shuttle for launch. Then he'll be able to take Beta and Gaia into orbit and onto the Odyssey beyond our reach.
We gotta go through there?
I fail to see another option.
Then we'll carve a path. Ready?
Well, she can just fly over, as long as she watches for any flying baddies. Because she's just now just as vulnerable as the rest of us. Of course, unlike the others, she...
Get to the top and secure Gaia. I'll stop Gerard.
There he goes.
I gotta get to the top of the tower and free Beta.
Aloy, what? Die, my saint filth!
Well,
Apologies for that. We're okay. As long as Alva hurries.
I'm almost into the network.
Just do the best you can.
oh, sounds like they're having fun. Ooh. Zenith's repository. What is this thing? Oh, it's not interactive.
Okay,
So.
an elevator. Promising.
Will it work? Oh, of course you gotta fight one of them. One blinking.
We got some unfinished business, little girl.
We're going down. Well, that's the exact opposite of where we want to go. Oh. Come on, Aloy. He's vulnerable now.
I don't need a shield to take you out.
Trust me, you're gonna wish you had one.
I've waited so long for a raid.
Hi. Whoa. Hi. Okay.
Felt that, didn't ya?
Yeah. I got a smell.
Oh. No. Oh, ow. Okay. Hitting you while you're shooting me is kind of difficult. Am I not?
These aren't training guns.
Ow. No kidding.
Aloy, are you there? I'm on my way to help.
Oh.
Just need to find my way in there.
Okay.
I'm taking you down!
Shit.
Ah, don't like that, do ya?
Oh.
You wanted to read it, didn't you?
Used it all up.
Oh. Hit him. Killed him with fire.
I almost forgot what it was like to hurt.
Now we're having fun, right?
Well.
You okay?
I will be. In time. Go. Rescue your sister. I'll regroup with the others and make sure they're all right.
Figure all the bombs I'm gonna get.
Looks like the machine's inspectors have almost wiped each other out. What was that?
Aloy, Gerard just activated the self-destruct failsafe on the printing matrix. He's taking control of a number of systems.
Including the lift?
I'm afraid so. He's restricted its access to the top. You'll have to climb from there. I have to go. I almost have him.
Well, of course. I mean, when you're under siege, with potential enemies using the elevator, it does make sense to restrict access to said elevator. That would make it way too easy for us, now wouldn't it?
Erend, is everyone all right down there?
Mostly. We're cleaning up the last few specters.
Oh.
What about the Zeniths?
Dead, I think. Zoe told me you got Eric. Good work.
Yeah. Thanks. I guess only Tilda and Gerard are left then.
Aloy, you there? Listen, I got into the network, but only for a minute before I was shut out. I found a bunch of flight plans and trajectories, as if the Zeniths were planning to leave Earth.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know, but there's more. The files I found have a lot of references to something called Nemesis. Whatever it is, the Zeniths are afraid of it.
Alva? Alva! What's going on here? Maybe Beta can help me figure it out.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of weird. I mean, all their... Maybe they only came to Earth to fix their ship.
I'm almost there.
We're all. Hilda did say the ship was only only barely space-worthy. With the destruction of their world. Okay.
I'm coming, Beta.
Yeesh.
This is it. End of the line.
I even have a staircase there. I didn't even bother. Oh. Okay, there's Beta. Where's the other guy?
Are you okay? Look, I know you've been through a lot, but you have to help me access the Zenith network. I need to see their files, anything referring to the word Nemesis. Okay. Over there. Systems are down all over the base. I should be able to take advantage of... Yes, Nemesis. Here.
Okay, what do we get?
There's something in deep space. It's following the Zeniths to Earth.
Oh, lovely.
Look. Escape vectors. Alva tried to warn me about this. The Zeniths aren't planning to stay here. It's a machine of some kind. Or a swarm of them. The energy readings are astronomical.
Oh boy.
Aloy, I don't think a natural disaster destroyed the Zenith colony on Sirius. This thing did.
Oh boy.
Earth isn't a new home for them. It's a way station. They're on the run.
Brady! Hi there. And now he's dead. Okay.
I see you've been busy.
And you've been lying. Nemesis, what is it?
It is us. The minds of Far Zenith. Or failed copies of them, anyway. Back on Sirius, some of my peers weren't satisfied with physical immortality. They wanted digital transcendence. A way to upload their minds into any form, organic or mechanical. Nemesis was a failed experiment to that effect. Abandoned, but never erased. An immense database of our memories, emotions, and prejudices left to fester.
Oh, great.
And it destroyed your colony?
We didn't realize it had gained sentience until it broke containment. It had everything it needed from our memories. Security protocols, system specs, override codes. It hacked everything before we knew what hit us. Then it took over our printing facilities, allowing it to gain any machine form it needed to wipe us out.
But why?
Imagine being trapped alone for decades with only the twisted echoes of megalomaniacs for company. It hates us for abandoning it to that prison. And now that it's free, it will do anything to destroy us, including denying us a safe harbor on Earth.
The extinction signal that woke Hades. You didn't send it. Nemesis did.
Finally, you understand.
I was just thinking
and when that
that.
failed, it launched from Sirius to finish the job itself. Which is why we must flee to a random planet circling a random star, somewhere it can never find us.
With Gaia. Oh. So you can build yourself a new world.
That's the plan. Even now. Earth is finished, Aloy. Nemesis will scour it of life to deny its creators a viable home. But Elizabeth's dream won't die.
Okay.
You'll come with me to the stars.
Yeah. You really think so?
We'll create a new world. Together. Where that monstrosity could never find us.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's gonna work.
No.
I loved Elizabeth. More than you could ever know. And I let her stay behind to die with the rest of humanity. A mistake I have regretted for 1,000 years.
She's not about
now
Dorothy.
She stands before me again.
Here we go.
Not some inferior copy, but her best possible self. So I'm not asking. You're coming with me. It may seem harsh now, but you'll forgive me in a few centuries.
Yeah, no.
You can't force me, Tilda. Your shield is gone.
I have something better. Spectre Prime, to me.
Uh-oh.
Take cover! Get to the door!
Submit, Aloy. You can't win.
Here we go. Cute.
I've heard that before.
Alright.
I can endure. You cannot.
I better scan that thing first.
Oh, yeah. Ow.
I gotta get through all that armor before I can do some damage.
Oh, ow. I have an arrow that's good at that. See if I can get a shot off. So her solution is beat me into submission.
Oh, that thing's fast.
Ow.
Fire a barrage!
Oh boy. Oh shit. I need more of these arrows. Okay. How much armor does it have left? Oh.
You can only endure so
I can target
much!
its gold plating.
Oh, it's out of armor. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that was a complete miss.
Armor's off!
Death brings only darkness. I can take you to the stars.
Oh. Escape capsule. Yeah, how about that?
It's over. Why couldn't you just let me choose?
Oh. He's not dead yet. Or is she?
She tried to take you. And she told you about Nemesis.
So you've known all along.
From Hades, yes. Along with data on how to circumvent the Zenith shields. Everything I did to create the Rebel Army was based on that knowledge. To reach this place, this moment.
And you couldn't just tell me?
Come now, Aloy. You're the last person to act sensibly in the face of impossible odds. When I learned of Nemesis from Hades, I saw the pieces on the board and how to play them. And in that same moment, I knew it was a game you would never play. That you would interfere and attempt to save the Tenakth. I was correct, to a point. You ruined my plans, but brought your own to fruition. The end result is the same. We're here.
Yeah.
And now it's time for me to leave this doomed planet behind.
Oh, we're now going to have to face him.
In the Apollo database and begin a new chapter in my pursuit of knowledge, one with infinite possibilities. You can join me if you so desire. You've more than earned your place. Unlike Tilda, I'm extending a polite invitation.
You're going to just take off? And abandon everything? Stay. Help me fight that thing.
Perhaps Tilda didn't adequately define the threat. Nemesis can't be stopped.
That's what they said about Hades.
It destroyed a highly advanced Zenith colony in a matter of hours. What hope does this primitive tribal Earth have?
That's what they said about the Zenith.
If you brought Gaia, you wouldn't be abandoning life. You'd be saving a seed for a new world. Just as Elizabeth did. It's the choice she made. The sacrifice of all that is for the hope of what might be. If she were here in your place, she would board that shuttle, Aloy.
I don't know about that.
Found her.
Is she hurt?
Still on her feet.
Thank the Ten.
Goodbye, Silence.
She looks okay.
She looks victorious.
As always.
Aloy. You did it.
Great, now we just have another threat to deal with.
Hey, where's he going?
As far away as anyone can go.
Oh,
He's running away.
are you sure?
Or maybe he's not.
You're staying.
For a time. You people are going to need all of the help you can get.
I think he's decided that he would not like being alone.
Does anyone else need a drink?
Not if it's that ale of yours.
I'd be fine with a nap.
Excellent idea.
I hope it's really over this time.
Afraid not. Now we have a new existential threat. The Zenith failed experiment. I suspect Earth will be a little harder. Like, yes, we may be primitive, but Tilda said it. Part of what allowed it to succeed so successfully is A, it had the element of
There's another
surprise.
battle ahead, Elizabeth.
B, it had all their access codes, overrides.
Very different than the one you fought.
It's unlikely it will have any of that for Gaia.
It's not about the distant hope of creating a new world.
And we know it's
about
coming.
Preserving the one we have. My friends have a new mission. To spread the word and ask for help. They've taken it in stride. I think it's because they've always known what I've only just started to understand. That the people of this world have the strength to fight any battle.
I suspect that's Varl.
The ingenuity to solve any problem.
They'd probably be the hardest sell.
The courage to overcome any obstacle. And the resilience to rise after any setback. As for me, I can't say I'm not afraid. What lies ahead will be harder than anything we've faced before. But I know I can put the fear aside. Because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm not alone.
I think it's that sense of not being alone which turns Silence back. After all, he looked at Aloy celebrating their little victory with all her friends, and he's like, I think he's also came to realize the same thing that Aloy has. After all, the Zeniths were far more advanced. And this little group of primitives managed to overcome them. Oh, I just realized that's Aloy flying. Nice. Of course, again, going back to Zenith, when their attack came, they were completely unprepared and unwarned. Closed up in their little virtual worlds, completely oblivious. They might as well have been babies to the slaughter when it attacked them. Whereas our little world is not so unawares. Now we have Gaia and the Apollo database. We can begin educating people. I suspect could be a new era of human and machine cooperation. It does make me wonder what a Fallout or what a Horizon 3 would look like. I imagine Horizon 3 would center around dealing with that accidental threat we just left in orbit. And I have read a number of speculations. Oh, we're back at that place. Of course. How do you fight an enemy that's effectively incorporeal? I mean, the Cauldrons aren't as fast production as the Zenith 3D printer systems, which means and I suspect, especially with Gaia being forewarned, again, it's not going to be able to just theoretically hack in and take control. I hope not. And again, Gaia wasn't warned when that first signal came through. She was caught off guard. And I would suspect a top priority would be new security protocols and encryptions. Maybe Minerva could help with that. Girl, Minerva's original task was cracking the Faro encryption to turn off all the machines. Maybe a guy could retask it for creating new encryptions to protect her own systems and the Cauldrons so that when that digital anomaly shows up, they'll find that hacking Gaia will be a lot harder than expected. And again, not even the Zeniths could hack Gaia. That's why they had to create Beta. very peaceful flight. It's a shame that we couldn't just tell the darn thing that the Zeniths are all dead and then it would go away, but usually entities driven by pure rage like that are not given to logic, and it's like, oh, just because their targets are all now dead, they'll just look for a new target. Because destruction is their only purpose. Their only existence for now. I think we'd still have DLC content after this. Now with all these holograms, the Osram have a basis for basically trying to reconstruct LA there. Was that LA? But yeah, I would suspect in coming years, there'd be far less hostile machines just roaming around, making life a lot easier for the vast majority of humans around. Oh, look, there's the remains of the Zenith base. The one thing it didn't specify was how much time did we have? Also, thought just occurred to me, one trick they could try doing is setting up the escape rocket. With a planned trajectory. Something that can be followed. Wait for the mind entity thing to get close enough to see it, and launch the rocket on autopilot. Hopefully just far enough away that they can see the rocket launch and calculate its trajectory, but not close enough that it can actually target and destroy it. At least for a while. With the hope being that we launch the rocket, it goes off, it sees it going off, assumes, like leaving Sirius, the Zeniths are running again, if that's what they do, and gives chase. Yeah, we flying... No, we're flying through the Forbidden West, so we're not heading east again. Once we get back in game for DLC content, maybe we should, if I'm allowed to, head east and visit the king for a bit. That should be some interesting conversation. Like, oh yeah, brought peace to the machines, made peace with the Tanakh. I am now a hero again. And dropping by the... Oh, right at sunset. Nice. And now for the main credit roll. Lots and lots of names. Lots of people to work on a title like this. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking for Horizon 3. Looking forward to Horizon 3. And I would agree with some people's speculation that whatever they do for for a third game, we should keep the base. Yes, I'm letting the credits run. I can't think of anything more to say at the moment. As the credits roll by. You know? There is opportunity. I think about it. There is opportunity for a little bit of a base building mechanic for a third game. Even at, say, our main base. Fixing up the headquarters a bit, building out the area around it, setting up a new settlement for people to arrive. Be both the base and possibly a school. Because certainly, our current base as it stands would not be large enough for the amount of people that we probably am bringing in to work on things. And, you know, we'd also need satellite outposts. Construction assisted by Gaia built machines. I can definitely see the Osram. No, they wouldn't necessarily have to fight machines, taking advantage of machines' ability to carry and haul large pieces of equipment. Hmm. Now the question is, what do I play next? Oh well, we may have DLC content to work through. But then what? I wonder how much more we have to go. I've gotten 60% of the achievements. Yep, looks like we found the end. Now what's next? I have completed main quest Singularity. Congratulations on completing the main game. Aloy's story will now continue in the Burning Shores DLC, set in an entirely new area of the map with new quests, characters, machines, weapons, skills, tools, outfits, collectibles, and more. Aloy will be contacted shortly with the next steps to begin the journey. You can also replay the game from the beginning and New Game Plus at any time by using New Game Plus start points in the base. Thanks for playing and enjoy Burning Shores, the Horizon team. Sweet, drop me right in my room. Okay, Beta's still here. Oh, we've got a new Hephaestus Revisited. Data corruption minimum. So, we unleashed Hephaestus on the Zenith printer matrix to whip up an army of machines to fight the Spectres, and it worked great. But doing so meant we had to release Hep back into the wilds, where it will continue to be a major problem. Not so great. A little analysis / prognostication. Bad news first. Hep will undoubtedly retreat back to the Cauldron Network, and it will undoubtedly attempt to fulfill the same malignant mission it has pursued since gaining sentience: protect the terraforming system by predation by manufacturing combat machines to kill human hunters. Even worse, it will probably be stronger than ever before. Contact with the Zenith Network will likely have supercharged it, giving it access to new technologies, tools, and upgrades. And because it can learn and rewrite itself, there's no way it will fall for the same trick that defeated it before. So recapturing it to Cauldron Gemini is a non-starter. But there's still some silver lining. Even though the merge with Gaia was aborted, she was able to copy over some of the original HEP code base. On top of that, Silence has extracted some extremely helpful data from the Zenith copy of Apollo. Combined, these developments should enable Gaia to exert significantly more influence over the terraforming system. She won't be able to take direct control of machines or stop HEP from building combat units, but she estimates that by developing a variety of workarounds, she can stabilize the biosphere within a year, so we won't all die, at least not before Nemesis arrives. That's good. In addition, since she now has some of HEP's source code, we should be able to develop new strategies to contain it. It'll take time, of course. But round 2 is coming, HEP, and next time I'll be ready for you. Beta. Oh.
Aloy, a certain complication has come to my attention that we must discuss. I'll be waiting at Tilda's. It's proven to be a useful headquarters for my inquiries into the Zenith base. And don't worry, I haven't disturbed her precious art.
Fine. I'll be there when I can.
Uh-huh. Okay, I wonder if they'll start burning shores. Is she the only one here? I think so. Oh, I can do an upgrade. Yes. That'll kick off Burning Shores. First, I want to come here. Alright, upgrade. On one hand, it is nice to see Beta actually out and not hiding down in the data center. Kind of quiet with all of our people scattered all over the place. Oh, whoops. Wrong room. Look at upgrades. Oh. I'm not interested in upgrading a bolt caster. Oh, I got another suit of armor. I wonder if I can find my people, our people, and talk with them. I suspect anything we might want to do. Oh, that We'll start New Game Plus. We're not ready to do that just yet. Part of me is... No, actually, I'm not surprised that he would... Oop, where are you going?
Chill air's prickling my lungs.
Okay, let's try this again. Ah. Okay, I see. Those are the hangars. But yeah, these are probably fuel canisters for the hangars. Oh yeah, and that's probably that elevator. So, let's pop over here for a moment. We can start burning shores later.
Honor and strength.
You can walk proudly, Outlander.
You soared on the wings of the 10, Outlander.
It's the Chief's champion.
That is me.
May your blade strike true.
Life as a soldier of the JTF top of the arena, and I missed it. I was stuck on guard duty.
That's
The visions.
That fight.
Look at them.
So the Oz... You were there? I heard they're the ones behind the Carja's contraptions, like the ballista from Barren Light.
And giant lifts of gears and metal and Meridian, if you believe such things. So what?
Imagine what else they're capable of. What they could build for us.
I'd sooner gut one of those drunks than make a deal with them.
It just seems like such a waste.
You know what's a waste? That we didn't kick them all back east for good when we had the chance.
I hope you're well, Aloy.
Ah, Katana.
Hey. How does it feel to be back with the tribe?
It's an adjustment. I'd gotten used to your base and your comrades. But I've spoken to Hekarro about Nemesis. The clan commanders are next. My hope is that the entire tribe will be behind you when the time comes.
Thanks, Kotallo. That means a lot.
Yep. Unfortunately, it does mean that he's got to be here rather than the base, and...
I heard your brother earned a mark from the pitmaster.
Yeah, he won't shut up about it. One mark and he thinks he's good enough to challenge the Enduring.
There's no way he'll earn the other 2 marks. Yeah.
My blade fought alongside the Outlander.
A few days back.
I saw her courage. So he's okay.
Come learn about life as a soldier of JTF-10.
The Outlander from the Cool Route.
So, is the fighting really over?
You have earned a place here.
Okay, so
Good day.
oh, we've spoken to him, and I'm thinking this is where I'm going to call it for this time around. Have a good night, or good day, or whatever. And hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.